cut on, and I can actually see the damn chat. Slightly more stable. No. Where's that 12,000 grit at? There it is. Those Australians would be laughing when I say I'm going to polish a rock. Hey, Justin. How's it going, man? You just caught me polishing my rock. Just don't tell anybody. Well, I bet you don't get. Sure, I can't hear it. Doesn't mean anything. It means I'm rubbing this against this. Not doing any of this to anything else. And you won't hear it as casually anywhere else. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a standard, what is that, obsidian? Just your standard obsidian thing. But once I put that in there, man, it started growing algae and the water got clear. Those hippies know a thing or two. Possibly tomorrow I'll be painting on this, possibly. But Dr. J's got a live coming up. Well, I mean, it can get away, but so far it's keeping the water clean, and I just wipe down the inside of it. I got to get some snails, a couple of zebrafish, and a suckerfish, and he's got to get into a 3.5 gallon tank. But yeah, the plants and stuff will keep the water clean. I mean, it might look a little rough, but nature's not pretty. And it's just that, nature's not pretty. Where he comes from ain't pretty. They come out of, oh, those are pretty. That could be why you're having algae problems, because I bet they got more ammonia in their pee and stuff. They come from a pretty harsh environment too. This dude here, his kind come out of rice paddies. Some of the muddiest, crappiest water, silty, dark. And that's why they're so aggressive, so that they can breed. Almost starting to Starting to have some shine on it. Till you get to that other side and it goes completely away. Footprint season filled with muddy water. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and depending on the weather and shit, they don't have to live very long either. They'll grow up and get down on it, if you know what I mean. I'm waiting on him to come bug me to be fed. He's been fed twice today. He might not be studying food. He'll be mad for the next few days. I'm fixing to have to take his potato plant out and trim the roots. Where'd you go, dude? Yeah, he's fighting with the roots. Yeah, those are gonna have to be just trimmed. Oh yeah. I might take most of those off. He likes to wedge himself right up in there and go to sleep, so I'll probably take everything off that's not green. Keep the roots about a finger's width long. I've got some opalite somewhere around here. I've got opalite square I was going to make into a cross. And I've set it somewhere and don't know where the hell I put it. By tomorrow, my grinder battery might be worked out a little and charged up, so I'll have to look for it tomorrow. And you're up there in opal country too, aren't you? You could probably make some pretty shit. I'm up here in the hills of Sister Chase in Tennessee. You got to go and hunt for shit around a city where I'm at. Even out in the more rural areas, everything's already been so torn up. There's not a whole lot left. Oh yeah, I knew you were Australian. You popped over from Hevs, didn't you? Of course, I know you were on Bruce's quite a bit. Oh my God, gold opal. Oh, gold and opal, emerald. Jeez. See, there's that, what do you call it, kicking in again. There's that Alzheimer's kicking in again. That's what we'll blame it on. Yeah, I had an idea. When I get moved, there's a shed in the backyard. And I had the idea to get a telescope and cut a square in the top of that shed. I'm 51. Yeah, I wanna cut a hole in the top of that shed so that I can slide the square over and raise the telescope up out of it. That way the telescope can stay out there, keep it good and maintained, and it'll always be at base temperature of the outside temperature and shouldn't have a problem. Although I don't think I'll be as dedicated as Bruce and be out there in minus degrees. Oh man, I wish I did. I think they gave him to his son, which honestly, that's where they should have went. I mean, I'm sure he wants to. I'm sure he wants to follow in his dad's footsteps, or at least keep it going. If not follow in his footsteps, and even if not, really they should be with him. But once I get to West Virginia, I already talked to my banker about it, and he said, yeah, when you get to West Virginia, you shouldn't have to have a loan. You shouldn't have to have any help to get a loan. You don't got to come back here and talk to me. So I'm literally going to get the biggest telescope the bank will let me have. Stick it in a shed in the backyard. Hey, Darla. It's okay. Justin's been keeping me company while I was polishing my rock. Starting to get it where it's got a little bit of a shine to it till you get to the other side. Got to work on that top up there quite a bit more. Here in a couple of days, I'm going to start polishing it or painting it. And this will be in the mail. I'd say the 4th. This damn thing here, Mr. Brilliance. I don't know who the idiot was that mixed up the resin to go on top of that, but he didn't mix it exactly perfectly, and there's a soft spot right there. So I'm going to paint it with some hardener. See, that looks good too. That also makes a statement. It is. That's exactly what it is. I bought that though and stuck it to the rock. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the bird. Shooting the bird. And as soon as I get this, I wanted to hang on to this until I got this finished with everything all nice and hardened. Take care of that soft spot right there so that this can sit in front of that. Like such. Yeah, and in preparation for tomorrow, if I do a live tomorrow, I may wait and do it Sunday. I'm not sure. I'm going to take this and we're going to cut it up. We're going to make not clothespin, but toothpick shooters out of it. I should be able to get enough material out of there to make them until I get one that works. Because why not? Hey, Sammy. Hey, Jackie. How's it going, Sammy? Jackie. You know, I did see one thing today that kind of makes me hopeful about being wrong about my statement of, well, you know, a politician is a politician. Trump did go to North Carolina or South Carolina, was it yesterday? And everybody kept quiet about it. That had to get leaked out from South Carolina before anybody heard about it. And wasn't it something like Flashbang and Camel Toe never even went once? So, I mean, hell, who knows? I still say a politician's a politician, though. There's got to be some angle. Yeah, get him in his aquarium. I've got a set of those lights that change colors I'm going to stick in there. Tech convergence. Hey, why not? Hey, JP. Oh, man. I hate any emergency repairs. That's the shit that gets you. You're like, all right, everything's good, and then something breaks. Yeah, I saw your, what was that, a hike in the dark? You did that voluntarily? Not me, brother. JP's a madman. So I'm too old to make it. I'd probably get about halfway and just fall out. Where's my little... Thank you, Darla. We had a few people on. I got political for half a second. A bunch of them dropped off. Or, well, two of them dropped off. You know what? I think I'm just going to let the high spots catch whatever shine they catch, and the low spots, just let them stay dull. It's slowly coming. Very slowly. Only got that crack smoothed out and it still stands out like a fucking broken window. No doubt. By the time we get around to upgrading, everything will have AI embedded in it. Yeah, Tony says she likes it that way too. I may end up if I can make it look pretty to my standards, then I might let her keep it just plain. I do like the way the flames are standing out though, finally. Finally starting to look like something. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, though, the last Australian, there's so many contradictory things going on right now that I'm still waiting to see what the hell happens. I mean, he's declassified a lot of shit. Everybody's been wanting declassified for a long time. He was supposed to go see the WEF today, but he didn't have time, so he just Zoom called in and basically told them go fuck yourselves. And wasn't even there as long as he was supposed to be, as I recall. But he wasn't there at all because he did it on a Zoom call. He literally called in on Zoom. Something because generally they call somebody to go meet with the WEF and they're falling all over themselves to get there. I'm not saying it's not going to be shitty for a pretty long time. October, November, the end of next year. And God only knows where they're going to take it because they're going to make it so bad that any solution they offer us, we're going to just be grasping for. You know, the population as a whole will just be grasping for. And they won't stop to think about the consequences or what's connected with that solution. Yeah, I've heard. I forget where I had heard they had med bads. Freaking was watching Hev MC earlier in between running all over the damn place. And she said she hadn't heard of any around there. She's in Australia. Yeah, I'm not on 4G. I got the regular old crap Android phone. This thing's like 3 years old. Let's see, here comes the part where I find out that I'm not done because see how nice and smooth that side is, and then you get over there and it's like a golf ball. So I'm not even close to done there. I'll have to regrind that whole side, take that down farther, take this in here down farther. Which would be fine. Might push this and this down under that flame. So it really does look rough right there. Yeah, it's all pitted up. Not at all like over here where you can just polish a fingernail on that. That, oh my lord. That looks bad, okay? Let me see here. Oh, that's right. I killed my pencil earlier today. No, I'm not going to be grinding on it right now anyway. We'll save that wonderful noise for tomorrow. Because I know how much everybody likes the sound of that grinder. It's everybody's favorite noise on earth. I know Max likes it. I mean, it's weird as hell. Come here, Max. Come here, you bastard. And he stops moving. Hey, Susie B. Oh, yeah. Yeah, immigration. Speaking of illegal immigration, I'm relatively sure that there was something went down in Clarksville today, right off of our Craft Street. And there's been reports all over of people getting deported left and frickin' right. So he's taking care of that part. He said he'd get rid of the illegal immigrants, and he's getting rid of the illegal immigrants. A lot of the farmers aren't happy because nobody's showing up to work, which means we're gonna be running out of groceries here in a little bit. On top of the rancher strike, it's going to end up being pretty fun. They're fixing to try to basically starve us out of gas too, so that's going to get real expensive. Once it gets expensive enough to make the truckers go on strike because of gas prices and the supply lines break down, moving around what little bit of shit we got left, then society as a whole basically is going to be like, yes, help us, please, whatever. And they won't be looking at the long term. They'll be thinking about, well, right now I'm hungry and they got a cupcake. Pretty much. I mean, a lot of that was the cupcake part was my opinion. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to cut America off. Trump is trying to come back super strong. A lot of people are saying he's doing a really good job about it. Now, but there are reports from all over that they're deporting illegal aliens left and right as fast as they can find them. And Well, I'm kind of hoping the thing that happened on Craft Street was they were chasing after some illegal aliens or had an apartment complex where there was a bunch of them cordoned off. Otherwise, that means something worse happened. Probably, yeah. Although they've got more of the wall up this time than they had last time. They're going to have it completed before the end of the year, and that's the thing. We're about to go through what do you call it? Something like what China's going through, where I have a feeling it's going to get pretty damn rough, but the government is just going to keep right on trucking. Pretty much, yeah. But they've got what do you call it? See, they had 1,500 down there, and he sent another 1,500, so they got 3,000 active military service members on the wall. God only knows what their orders are, if they have any. But I have a pretty good feeling that his main focus is to shut down the human trafficking and the child trafficking and all that horrible stuff. And to actually do that, that means shutting down the ports. That means shutting down transportation. That means stopping the ability to move anything, really. And then go and get those people. And you keep everything stopped until you get those people. Or until they get you. Ah, sweet dreams, John P. Probably. I'm sure a lot of the I mean, what do you call it? The heavy labor. Because I know if I was a farmer and I had enough people to do that labor without having to pay for the machine, I'd probably use the people because they're cheaper, especially if they weren't supposed to be here and they do it for a couple of bucks an hour. But they don't have that problem anymore because they're not showing up to work now. I'm wondering when they're going to make the announcement, or he'll have a speech or a conference about that, because he's been one more speech giving, conference having president since he got in, man. He's had a bunch of them. Oh yeah, not anymore. They're fixing to be out of there. I don't know, maybe. Hopefully to God it won't get any worse. Hopefully. Yeah, right now it is. I mean, think about it. None of us are out there actually seeing any of this stuff. Even the social media, that's he said, she said. And I want to have a garden. Yeah. Hopefully, I think they are going to have to phase it out. And I've had that thought too. And at some point during phasing this stuff out and changing it over, there's going to have to be an empty shelf period. Of course, the phasing it out could just be cover to get to those empty shelves, because in the end, we're the carbon they want to reduce. They're supposedly getting rid of red number 3. Oh no. From what I understand, none of the vegetables grown over here are any good because they put that pesticide on it that won't wash off, and it's a friggin' forever chemical. I saw this video where a dude managed to get it off of his apple, and he polished up the apple and showed how shiny it was, and then he stuck a stick through each side of it and put it over a bowl and slowly poured some boiling water on it, and that top layer just kind of peeled off like a blistery piece of skin. He picked it up and rubbed it, and it looked like an apple. Hey, Wayno. I'm sure there was still stuff in it from that apple growing up with that stuff on it. But he got the outside coating off. He was able to pick it up and kind of pull at it. I mean, it came off like blistery skin. Gross as it is to think of, but that's exactly what it looked like. But back then, it most likely wasn't that big of a deal. It wouldn't be that big of a deal today if the corporations wasn't trying to phase out everybody on earth that they could to keep every penny that they could. So now they've let everything get so bad in all those less fortunate countries that people will come over here and take all kind of bullshit that we wouldn't take for $2 or $3 an hour. And they're happy to get it because where they come from, they couldn't get nothing. That's true. A lot of them are in factories. Some of them have degrees. That's what I don't get. I mean, what kind of a rush have you got to be in to have a degree and not take the proper channels? I've tried growing. I can sort of grow my own vegetables, kinda. Like the tomatoes never get as big as they're supposed to. Especially the tomatoes. I don't know how to prune them or whatever you call it. But I know you let them go and fertilize them and keep them on a trellis. And I took a seed from a great big one, and they all came out size of golf balls. Of course, the old man's going to stay out and be the last one in. Yeah, I believe that's what they were doing with that dust. Because who the hell is going to volunteer for that? I don't think the dumbest of us, well, maybe the dumbest of us on the planet, but I don't think it'd be very many on the planet that if you told them what you actually wanted to do to them, that they'd just volunteer. God, Bubba. Come on, old man. Oh yeah, here's something y'all might find interesting. Tony was doing dog aging research today because she was super curious and found out that it's not 7 years to 1 year for a dog. The first year, at the end of that first year, they're basically about 15 years old compared to a human. And then the next year, they basically age about 9 years compared to a human. And then every year after that, it's 5 years for one. Because she wanted to figure out that how old her dog was. Turns out he's like 78. Oh yeah, yeah, composting tomatoes. I knew a chick. Her dad had a compost pile, and he would go out there and rake up certain areas and put certain seeds in there, and then the rest of everything else he'd just throw out in the middle and let the rain wash everything down to them. Almost like I guess he had a big jumble of shit in the middle, and then a bunch of beans and shit and peas on one corner, mostly tomatoes over there. Had tomatoes potatoes all across the front of it. And all you had to do was just grab those and pull them out of the compost. That was one mean girl. Ernie, quit it. Poor guy. He's an antisocial little bastard. He's a, what do you call it? A wire hair Weimaraner, something like that. And just aggressive. Oh my Lord. He loves me to death. He'll get on me. I'll be loving on him. Another dog will get anywhere near me. The growling begins. Then the teeth come out. Me neither. I can't even grow weed. And that's supposed to be super easy to grow. I always kill it somehow. Animals and fish and stuff, pretty good with, but plants, As long as it's a house plant and I have no intention of eating it, it'll do fine for me. As soon as I decide to eat it, it decides it's just gonna die. I mean, it's just not gonna cooperate. Oh yeah, check it out, guys. Yeah, it is. From pretty much about sun up till sundown with bathroom breaks. Look, y'all, I found my lost bag of crayons. My lost box of markers. I don't even remember where the hell I got that. I remember when I was a little kid, there was a strawberry patch that I was supposed to take care of. And man, I walked up and down them rows so much and looked at that ground so often. But I was really super young, so I was fixated on it. And they actually turned out pretty good. It is. It's supposed to be really toxic. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. And the thing of it is, the like, I think it's gonna hit Australia worse because there's just so few resources over there and so many people. Just so many people. Over here, it'll be like a ripple effect. And wherever it starts, that first wave won't be so bad, and then it'll get a little worse and a little worse and a little worse. But eventually, they're going to make it to a point where, I mean, literally, they already told us it has to get so bad that nobody, no living human being that survives it will ever allow it to happen again. So that's how bad it's going to get. Because, I mean, honestly, if you look at it so far, it really does seem like all that Q shit was kind of right a lot. So if that part of it was right, this is nothing. This is Candyland compared to what's coming. Even in 3 months, that'll still be Candyland compared to what's coming. Yep, I've had the same thought. I've also had the thought that all this is an excuse for that third double W thing. I mean, after a while, it'd be a good excuse. You cut off supplies to enough people, get them all in the dark where they don't really know what's going on. You tell them, yeah, they did it. But what I really think is going to happen is they're going to take the stolen technology and the technology that they've been given so that the aliens could take us and stick probes in our butts. And they're going to attack us with it to thin down the herd. And they're going to keep going and get a little crazy. And it's going to keep on going until the actual aliens stop in and stop the monkeys. You know, because they want the place too. If we ruin the whole damn planet, there's nothing left for them. And it's not going to be because they really necessarily care about us. It's going to be because they want that shit for themselves. They need it. One thing I've figured out, aliens aren't necessarily our friends or our enemies. They're very indifferent. They really couldn't care one way or the other. As long as we don't blow up the planet. And just imagine what would happen if somebody fired off a bunch of nukes and all of them got taken out, stopped way before they got here, except for one. And that one went off somewhere near the ground close to Yellowstone. And that'd be it for America. It would tear the country in half. I saw that too, Jackie. Pretty sure I had some kind of an ancestor in World War II. Hopefully they won't push it that far though. Vertical. That's exactly what we need is basically a planetary artificial intelligence. And Stargate, it's not what we're thinking. It's probably something way worse. Yeah, I know. Well, the stuff that I've heard about AI, the main thing that I've heard is it will do whatever it has to do to accomplish its primary goal. Okay, well, as soon as anybody figured that out, why didn't they shut down all the other AIs, erase them, rewrite them, and the first prime directive is do no harm to human beings through, the same 3 laws of robotics that Isaac Asimov set forward. But instead of the word robot, you replace it with AI. And there you go, problem solved. Their first 3 objectives will have everything to do with human safety and human preservation, to the point that if they were going to do something that would harm a person, they would have to shut themselves down. And if not, it would be a funny thing to say about AI, but if not, it would be a moral dilemma for the thing. And yeah, I do believe they have reached the point where one of them's sentient. Yeah, keep your head down, do as you're told. Oh, yeah. Yeah, primally motivated. You better believe it. See, I was thinking about that, the space exploration and shit. If there's other aliens, which to other life forms we're the aliens, but if there's aliens out there and they're traveling the stars, unless they've got Stargate technology like we all imagine, or some kind of space folding technology where it only takes them a few minutes, they're going to show up awful damn hungry. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't make a lot of distinction between us and a chimpanzee or an ape, Bigfoot. We'd just be the hairless ones. They probably prefer us because we don't have as much hair to remove. Hell, even societies advanced enough to travel the stars are probably still a little bit lazy. Oh, man. Guys, I think I'm going to get off of here. I'm starting to lose feeling in my ass. The stool is killing me. Oh, man. But yeah, everybody, Darla, you still here? Pop a link for Dr. J's channel. That's what I'm saying. They're doing it without our knowledge, and I wonder why. What the end result for them is supposed to be. You don't want to come on. Oh, I love you too, Jackie. guys, let's say the prayer and hop off. See, I'll probably get on tomorrow. Let's say around 10 a.m.-ish my time, which would be right around 11 hours from now. There's Dr. J's channel. Anybody that ain't there, go ahead and pop over and subscribe. He's going to be doing a live tomorrow, and everybody will be there. I'll look that up. Let me write that. I ain't got a pencil. There we go. All right. It didn't work at all. Well, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Let's say a quick prayer and wrap up. Follow that link to Dr. J's and subscribe. And turn on the notification for his next upcoming live, which is tomorrow. Or was that Sunday, Darla? See, I'm not even sure. And you just told me a few minutes ago. All right, tomorrow. Okay, guys. All right, let's say our quick prayer and wrap up. Creator of creation, these are the most trying times I think mankind has been through in the modern era. Nobody knows what to do or what to think or what to expect. Bring a calm across the planet. Help us to see the truth. Bring us the understanding that we need to make sense of this craziness. Amen. Hey, Sugar Bee, you got here just in time. Hey, Gate Smasher. Well, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. Make sure y'all come by Dr. J's tomorrow. Everybody will be there. I love you guys. Y'all have sweet dreams. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow.